when we were in Boston, one of my favorite things that you did was go around the team store recording the terrible quality of jerseys that were being sold at that location. That said, judging by the people online and what they purchased that day, they probably made close to $50,000 in merchandise sales.
Oh, I mean, like,
Arguably, 75.
that's the problem with the declining quality is people keep buying, people don't. So I didn't buy a single Reebok jersey in the Reebok era, and despite my footprint, that clearly did nothing. So
But
the hopelessness of it all.
that being said, Boston is a terrible place to drive. Next on Ugly Third.
Welcome back to Ugly Thirds. Today's topic will be Boston Bruins top 3 jerseys. John and Shrams, take it away.
It's not that driving is a skill set that I think everybody should have. However,
It's a skill that everyone
basic road management skills and common courtesy. But I digress.
I thought
listen.
it was
I've been sitting on that for like 4 months now, and I feel better.
one
about
of my
it.
most fun things to watch in Boston was watching you freak out as you drive. So number 3, Phil, when they wear this.
This is the 91-92 throwback to the 32-33. I'm sorry, 32-35 season.
Where did you get this thing from?
So I'm slowly working on collecting the whole, because the first throwbacks in NHL history, like real, okay, we're doing a throwback thing.
Is it turn back the time or turn back the clock?
Turn back the clock is a baseball term. That I think like throwback wasn't even a proper word at this point.
Right.
So 91-92, the NHL for its 75th anniversary, the original 6 teams all came out with a specific jersey to wear when they played each other. And someone just did the whole league in authentics. Saw it on Instagram.
That post. Yeah.
Fantastic. I wish I would have written that, do that, but so clearly it's a replica. And they did some interesting things with this, like this printing jersey cam, because like I'm sure you're gonna see the shininess already. I haven't, like, we complain about Fanatics logos. This is printed, and it is shiny. Like it's like a heat press on twill. I've seen the Leafs and the Rangers are like this, but my Canadiens is not, and my Blackhawks is not. So certainly different. Anyways,
looks like a roof after you just got done tarring it.
Yeah, really. So these, like, we just looked at the Winter Classic jersey I very much didn't like.
Yep.
But there's something about the proportions are much better with this.
I think the biggest thing that stands out is less white space. And I think that was your biggest gripe about the last one, is that you're looking at this huge box of white. And the striping here and the striping here cuts that down a little bit.
And all the stripes are the same ratios. Like this gold stripe is the same as this gold stripe is the same as this gold stripe. And I think visually that helps. And you just, for whatever reason, we associate more stripes with vintage. Whether or not that's the truth, because there's a lot of old plain sweaters. But like, there's something about this just screams old time hockey. Yeah. This is I knew Eddie Shore more so than my actual Eddie Shore. Like, you know, like I just
we shared a belt of scotch on the bench before we played games.
We're all there. We all saw it. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely love this thing. I went out of my way to find one. Basically for this episode, so I'm like, when it comes to Boston, I want one of these.
Are you trying to do what that guy did? Trying to get those?
I want the original 6 and the 2 All-Star Game jerseys, and I want original from '91.
They have that tag, right?
No, it's your simple Masca CCM.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh no, I'm thinking of the vintage throwbacks. You're thinking of the vintage a couple of years ago. Okay.
So so like I have a Red Wings, I have a Blackhawks barber pole that are the CCM vintage. Okay, it has the look, but I want like the original from the day, and that's why, like, again, hats off to that guy who actually did it.
You should get that guy on the show.
Wouldn't that be, well, eventually I would love to get into, like, okay, let's collaborate with some people who have big collections and talk about them. That'd be great.
Write that
Hit
down.
us up in the comments.
Hey!
Number 2.
Classic.
Phil.
Timeless. Phil.
This is the road jersey from 1976 to 1995.
Darks on the road?
Oh, yeah, we're going back to that era. Well, you know, because you wore white at home, because you could wash it easier. Duh. The white's at home the way God intended. Now, the reason this is second, first off, there he is.
Meth Bear.
Phil, you wanna jersey cam and let's show how ridiculous the stitching on this is?
Maybe not, but I'll try.
A cult classic.
No, I should have uploaded the picture. I took a picture of a real one at the Hall of Fame. It doesn't look as bad on the real thing. I think they're just bigger than they are on the replicas because obviously they're wearing it over pads.
Sure.
I feel there's a little less brown in the real one, but I mean, look at those eyes.
I know.
Like that is Cocaine Bear. So, and you look, and this is why is it number one? That white stripe is smaller. Maybe that's endearing. Maybe I don't know. It's a little plain, but this was invented for the Don Cherry era. Bring your work pail, bring your lunch pail. We're going to work, boys. Yeah. We're going to work, boys. But like this, when you think Bruins, this is probably the first thing that pops in your head.
Simple, clean, and that's it. That's all. That's all you can ask for.
It's the Happy Gilmore era.
I'm shocked it lasted as long as it did, just because they had so much struggle against Montreal, like in all those playoff series, and like a lot of teams when they have struggles like that and they disappointment, like they pull jersey, they try to do some type of rebrand, and they didn't.
Not at all.
Stuck with it.
It's not at all.
Almost. What is that? Almost 20 years.
That's a long time for a look.
The only other team I can think of that is going that long are the Red Wings. Red Wings haven't changed much.
Nothing.
Either.
Yeah, everyone else tweaks. This is and this even goes back to 2 or 3 more years before the Bear was added. Like that's also a change. So it's a good look.
But go number 1.
But it's not their best look.
So many patches.
Phil, when they wear this.
So it's, if you want to say, the look is from 2007 to present. But then they had it, they changed to, this is the Reebok, and it's the same in the Adidas right now.
Okay, we'll mention our patch because there was success in this. Phil, you can. My 1 game patch that was also the easiest sewing job I've ever had.
Did they wear this on ice?
1 game.
Wow.
When they raise the banner, it
Really?
matches the banner.
I think a lot of teams do that now. They have a banner.
How fun! And you know what? The Flyers did that in 75 or 76, and everyone laughed at them. Like, why would you do that? Meanwhile, the Ottawa
put a patch on there.
Yeah, they wore a patch. I think it was for like a game or two. You can see photos, like the photos for like that year's team. They all had a Stanley. It was a simple black oval with a Stanley Cup on it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Ottawa Senators in the 20s wore like a giant shield one.
Oh yeah.
Champions of the world. Look, this takes everything about this one and makes it better, right? I think the biggest upgrade is the logo.
Beefs it up a little bit.
This was a change. So this came out when Reebok Edge started, when everyone else was dropping hemline stripes, going more clean looks. The Bruins are like, we're gonna make a throwback. They went from these shoulder stripes to this.
It's good.
What an upgrade!
Yeah, very much so.
The B, it's now black. It has serifs. It looks so much chunkier. The more black and gold clash. And the shoulders, which evoke the 70s, but aren't exactly. There's the slightest of differences. And as a shoulder patch, I love those standing bear.
That's where it belongs.
That's where it belongs. And fun fact, on the white jersey, it says Boston up top and Bruins on the bottom. It follows the baseball rule.
When you are on the road, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's so much little attention to detail.
Yeah.
That the Bruins just nailed it. Home and I think the white is as good, maybe even a little better. I like the black cuffs with the white. It makes it look a little more stripy, a little more vintage, but good luck finding those.
Their gold has changed a little bit. This gold is a little bit darker,
just slightly,
than the original one. But all these little tweaks here and there, like they had a winner to begin with, and it got better.
Yeah, and this evokes this. It's not that different from the 70s. So since the Bobby Orr era, they've done it right.
Yeah.
Except your lasers aren't done right. I have to.
Yeah, I was going to
call you on that.
I need to.
Nothing to see here. Bill.
On that note,
Take us out.
Take us out.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
He's not ready for
Bill,
it.
take us out.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell for notification when new videos come out. And tune in for another episode of Ugly Thirds.
Jolly Cad.
Jolly Cad.
Jolly Cad.